Welcome back to Keys Prop On. On today, we'll be looking for some props that we can hit on. Let's get into it. Starting out here, let's filter to a side. So we can go to the left-hand side. Got a couple pictures here. Gordon, Lodolo, probably small sample size. He's a lefty. Liberatore versus the Cubs. Nola at Kansas City. Assad at home versus St. Louis. We'll look into Gordon first. So really struggles with both sides. More so power to the left side though. Throwing the four seamer for the most part. Has a slider. Not getting very many whiffs on it. The changeup has a decent swing and strike. I'll see how they're doing against this changeup. So for the most part, outside of Eldridge and Kavana, here a small sample size for him, they're not necessarily king on this changeup at all. Eldridge does have a great barrel there. Devers has some barrel there too on 27 events. So not bad there at all. And then this slider. So 250 for Devers is getting some power here. 2 home runs, 12% barrel, 18% K. Lee, Gilbert, Arraez look good on the K rates. Arraez just is not getting any luck to get a hit there. I'll look last 30. So Devers 2 home runs on 4 events. Lee still looks good. Eldridge is K-ing a bit. And then this four seamer. So Reyes looks the best against the four seamer. Lee. Devers is king, but is getting home runs, 6 home runs. Eldridge looks pretty good here, 4 home runs against it. Let's look last 30. So Reyes still looks good. Eldridge looks really good. Devers not batting for average necessarily, but 20% barrel. And Lee and Gilbert look good. These lefties might have a game here against Gordon. So off the bat here, I want to say I like Arraez for a hit. I know he's not hitting the changeup necessarily. However, he can make contact with it. And so that's what you want there. I didn't see what was he doing against the slider. Was it? Oh, the slider he wasn't hitting. Oh, the slider and changeup he wasn't hitting. Oh, never mind on Arraez. Even though he's not striking out, he's always a play for a hit. I thought he was hitting this slider. Lee looks the best, honestly, batting for average here if you're looking for a hit. I want to say I like Devers to go yard here. Let's take these top 3. Let's go last 30. So Devers has the most home runs in the last 30. The K rate looks good there. Barrel looks good too. Eldridge looks good as well. However, the K rate there against that slider and the changeup wasn't necessarily good. But in cores, he more than likely will be throwing that four seamer quite a bit, I'd assume. He may throw the breaking pitches though. And then nothing necessarily here. Small sample size, but Lee looks the best for a hit, as I mentioned. And then I like Devers for a homer. And then you can go Eldridge. He just went yard yesterday. I believe Eldridge did. And then Arraez, if you know, he doesn't strike out against the swing and miss pitches, slider and changeup. However, he's not getting lucky and getting any hits on there, but that changes in cores, so he's still in play for a hit there. Okay, you got Nola at Kansas City. I'll look both sides here. So lefty wise, for the most part, it's this knuckle curve. He is getting some whiffs on this. The four seamer, he's not missing bats, and it's getting barreled. The changeup, some whiffs there. Also getting barreled. The sinker's getting barreled as well. So I'll look at this knuckle curve real quick. So Jensen looks good there. Massey looks good. Jensen with a homer against this knuckle curve too. And then where else is he? This changeup he's generating some whiffs. So not so much there for Jensen. The K rate is still good though. 26% whiff. Massey seeing it good though. I'm not sure where Massey is in the lineup to take him, but he has looked good against this knuckle curve and changeup so far. And then let's look at this four seamer that's getting hit. So Cagalone is about the only one that's batting for average there. The K rate is crazy. Jensen's K rate doesn't look too good there. Does have 4 homers against it. Massey 2 homers there. Last 30, it's been Cagalone, 33% barrel. None of them are necessarily batting for average. You could say Jensen 240, Massey 227. I do like Massey's K rate here though. It's pretty elite. Full season wise, Jensen and Cagalone have the sweet spot. Massey 32%. And then let's look at this sinker. So Jensen looks good against this sinker too. I hate this K rate. Nola hasn't been really missing bats, so Massey looks good here again. Depending on where Massey is in the lineup, I kind of like him for a hit here. Doesn't look the best on the year. Let me look last 30. So he's gotten better, 269, 7% K. That's what I'm really looking at. And then there's changeup and curve. Oh, changeup and knuckle curve. So it looks like, honestly, Massey and Jensen. Massey is looking the best here. He has a he's batting for average against both this knuckle curve and changeup, but I'm more so focused on that he's not king against it. Jensen doesn't look bad here at all at 15%, and he's been hot lately. Both their averages against this four seamer and sinker are questionable, but they definitely are pitches that Nola's given up for an average. So maybe we can get past what they've done. It's about mid for both of them. Massey does have the better K percentage there. So I lean Massey for a hit. I don't know where he is in the lineup for me to be heavy on that. However, I know Jensen is leading off, so you should see Nola the most out of all of them. I will look at this cutter real quick because he's missing bats here. Okay, not that's last 30. Jensen may be a force there. I hate that K rate. What was it in the last 30? 20%. So struck out one time. I lean Massey number 1, then Jensen. Jensen has been hot, as I mentioned, so possibly a home run play since the K rate is very high for him. Has the most home runs against his pitch mix on the year being 10. And then last 30, he has 3, then Cagalone has 4. Let's go to the right side. So still knuckle curve for the most part. That's where he's getting his whiffs at. 3 throwing this sinker, four-seamer too, and some whiff on this cutter. Look knuckle curve wise. So I said whiff, with 0% K. Okay, last year did not look so good against it. 38% K, 36% whiff. Let's see how he's doing against this. Oh, let's look at this cutter. So really good against this cutter. Good sample size too. 3 home runs for Witt against that cutter. This sinker, he must be leaving up. 280. Perez is lifting it. 3 home runs against it. Let's look last 30. So Lane Thomas, as of late, is getting to it. 10% barrel, 2 home runs. Nothing for Witt really there. 250, average. And then this four-seamer. None of them look good against this four-seamer at all. Lane has the barrel and the homers there. So look last 30. And his K rate is not bad at all. It may be long shot Thomas for a homer here. Wanted to find a way to get to Witt. But I mean, he can hit the sinker. And can hit this cutter. Not necessarily can towards that knuckle curve. He was last year though. I say long shot play is Lane for a homer here. Witt has it on the year and he's batting for average, so possibly him for a hit. But as of late, it's been Thomas, 3 home runs against it. Nola should be good to give up a home run here. Okay, you got Assad at home versus St. Louis. Struggling with the left-hand side. 10% barrel. So throwing the four-seamer, throwing the sinker as well. A lot of different fastballs here. Throws a cutter a decent amount too. Looks like his swing and miss is this changeup. So Burleson and Weatherholt look pretty good there. Let's look as of late. So 15% for Burleson. Weatherholt 0. And then this cutter and this sinker. Church has a 23% barrel. Let's look last 30. Burleson kind of dropped off. Small sample size for Newbar. 260, I mean, he's not bad at all. 8.3% K. Kind of like Burleson for a hit here against Assad. He hasn't had a great road trip, though, at all. So he's honestly too good of a hitter to be doing what he's doing. So I'd like Burleson here for a hit. He is giving up home runs on this changeup, though. Even though he's getting whiffs, he's definitely giving up home runs there. And this four-seamer, he's getting up a couple. 7 for Weatherholt on the year. 4 for Burleson. Let's look last 30. So Burleson, I mean, as I mentioned, he hasn't had a great road trip, but could be in play for a homer here. I lean more so the hit with him, but he looks good against this four-seamer too. Okay. Don't really trust San Diego's lefties. I will say Merrill has started to hit though a little bit. Boston at the Angels. Cavalli versus Pittsburgh. Chandler could get into some trouble there. Only a 6.6K to walk rate. I'll look at him real quick, then we'll probably go to the right-hand side. So throwing the four-seamer over 50% of the time. Is getting some swing and strike on this slider. So let's look at that. So it looks pretty bleak here. Wood finally did it yesterday. As far as a homer. He could be in play here for a homer again. This changeup isn't necessarily getting barreled. Just because Chandler leans heavy on this four-seamer. Not really a long shot play, but possibly Wood here. I just feel like, I mean, he's throwing that four seamer over 50% of the time, so he's going to see a four seamer at some point. But you know, how is he locating that four seamer? And he looks like he's locating it pretty well. 210 batting average on it. The whiffs aren't necessarily there, so I may stay away from this one. But Wood would be the play. I feel like he's going to have a good July. Let me look at Rocker real quick from the left-hand side. Some capable lefties in this Detroit lineup. Green and McConaughey have the best batting average. McConaughey has the best K rate here. So he's throwing this slider 38% of the time, sinker 24, four seamer 13%. This slider is what he's really getting whiffs on. So McConaughey looks pretty good there. Batting average wise, Green looks really good. Let's go last 30. Oh, Green hasn't seen it much at all. Okay, that's the slider. McConaughey still looks good. McKinstry doesn't look bad either. And that's not a bad K on Riley Green there. Let's look last year, give a full season wise, so none of them looked good. McConaughey is a rookie, so he's not going to appear. 22% barrel for Green there. And then the sinker. He's not missing bats, and it's getting barreled. Not bad at all. 500 for Green, 357 for McConaughey. Nobody's really necessarily barreling it. They all have a barrel in the last 30, though. Carpenter has the most events with it. And a 62% sweet spot. So we just saw it yesterday, and that should have been out. 27-degree launch angle, almost 99 off the bat. Saw it twice against Quantrill. I like these launch angles for Carpenter. I don't think he homered that first game of the series. If so, he's about due. And then this four-seamer's not getting barreled a lot at all. So the four-seamer, both Green and Carpenter can hit. Green 21% barrel, last 30. So he looks really good there. The rest of them, their batting averages aren't there at all. And then this cutter, 2 home runs against this cutter for Carpenter. And I'll look change up real quick. So nothing there outside of Keith. Green does have a homer there. Green, I like Green for a hit, I want to say. Also like McCongo for a hit. I want to say Carpenter's due. I didn't like what he was doing against his slider. However, when I'm going yard, it doesn't necessarily have to be like the best whiff or K rate. Looking for him to connect on this sinker. And in the last 30, overall for the season, they don't really like look too good, but last 30, Carpenter has seen it the most. You could say Green. McConaughey not necessarily looking for power, but he's seen it the most, and he can hit this 4-seamer too. But Green looks good here again, so you could double back on Green. This is more so like a feel like play that Carpenter is due for one. Okay, from the left-hand side, that may be it. Let's look at the right-hand side. No, I didn't look at Sears yet. All right, so Sears versus the Dodgers. Throwing the 4-seamer for the most part, almost 40% there. Has a changeup, sweeper too, and then barely has thrown this cutter. Not getting any whiffs on his secondary pitches. Is getting on this 4-seamer. Not sure how at 92, but he is. Rojas should be in the lineup. Teoscar looks pretty good here. Betts batting average doesn't look too good, but the K rate is good. So all 4 of them have a good K rate against this 4-seamer. And Mookie is still 16.7, so not bad at all. Pages looks good there. And Mookie's sweet spot looks good there against that 4-seamer. Let's look at this changeup, because this is getting hit too. So Mookie 278 there. Hernandez doesn't look too good. I do like Mookie's sweet spot there, 258%. Edman's usually pretty good against left-handed pitching too. So it didn't look good last year against this changeup for Mookie. Let me look at this 4-seamer last year for Edman. So Edman didn't do good last year. Hernandez did. Rojas too. Rojas platoon guy. This sweeper, it's not missing bats, but it's also not getting hit. So nothing really here at all. And then you're really not going to see that much from a left-handed pitcher to a righty. So let's just change up in 4-seamer. So Rojas looks pretty good here. I'm not sure where he's going to be in the lineup. Maybe 6. If he's 6 or lower, I say Rojas is pretty good here for a hit. Mookie's probably batting cleanup, I'd assume. His batting average doesn't look good. The K and the sweet spot does look good. Teoscar is just getting back himself. I want to say Sears gonna give up a homer here, but it doesn't look too good for any of them. Edman has the most. As I mentioned, Edman's pretty good against left-handed pitching. If I'm looking at Homer here, I'd say Edman, Betts, and then Hernandez. Betts and Edman are interchangeable. Just because I know Mookie's been hot. Like, you got Mal in Coors. Throwing the four-seamer, slider, the splitter. Getting some whiffs with this slider and splitter. So Tavares not striking out to that. Slider. Splitter-wise, not much here at all. Go 2025. Still not much. 1K there. Oh, 2Ks there for Tavar. That's the slide and splitter. This four-seamer, he's getting barrel here. He's getting barrel with this splitter and slider too, which is surprising. So four-seamer wise, Carrios, 3 home runs, 10% barrel. Goodman, 24% barrel, 5 home runs. Let's look last 30. So Carrios looks good there, 27% barrel. Goodman, 40% barrel, 3 home runs. Chalk play is Goodman for a homer, but Karros doesn't look bad here. I didn't see what he was doing against his sinker and slider, so 24%. So Karros, the slider he's whiffing on. And my computer's about to die. So I'll go Goodman, chalk play. Karros looks good there for to go yard too. I will call it on that note. Yeah, I'll call it on that note. But I want to thank you guys for tuning in. As always, if you have any questions with anything that I'm covering, please let me know. Hope you guys have a great day. See you guys.